Patel, and Coach, your thoughts on the game today?
Tale of two halves. I don't know how else to say it. Randall came in. I thought they had a great game plan. They did exactly what we told our team was going to happen, and they executed it to a T. Our defense is just not there yet. It's something I complained about the last time you and I spoke. So my hat's off to Coach Barakoff. I keep telling people that they have a really good basketball team, and he's a very good basketball coach. And, I'm going to stick with that. And you can tell his teams come in prepared. They play super hard. He's got a great group that's been playing together for a long time, and there's a reason why they've been really good these last few years. So I thought they did a great job coming in first half and really keeping us on our heels, getting in the paint, really spacing us out, finding shooters in the corners. They shot the ball extremely well. And then the second half, we finally started getting stops, and I thought our defense started turning into offense, and I thought that's where the game kind of changed.
Yeah, that second half, particularly the beginning, there was a 15-0 run in there at some point, and you outscored them 63-44 in the half. There was a moment in the second half where I said to myself, that is the best that I've seen this team play all year long. Did you feel that way?
I did, and I think you look at the assist, and that's where it starts showing up. Last Wednesday against Northern New Mexico, we played a half where we only had one assist. And I was very disappointed in our basketball team for that. And then, you look at the stat sheet right now, and we have not been turning the basketball over. That's the one thing I can say about this basketball team. They haven't been turning it over, but we hadn't been getting a ton of assists. And tonight we got 23 assists. That's the best I've seen Mark Howell look since we've had him. And I keep telling people, hey, he's been out for a couple of years. He's got to knock some rust off. And I've been on him really hard these last couple of weeks about being more aggressive. And, next thing you know, he has 8 assists to 1 turnover. I mean, that is absolutely phenomenal for a young man to have 8 assists and 1 turnover. And then Terrence did a great job not only scoring but sharing the basketball. Terrence has 6 assists and 1 turnover. So I thought we got some really good play out of our guard play. I'm looking down this line, and Randall goes 3 to 1, assist to turnover. And it was just a great job of our group of guards sharing the basketball with one another.
So tell me about Mark Howell. He doesn't score a whole lot of points, averaging 2 points coming in. Does he just look to do other things and impact the game in other ways, or is he a capable scorer as well?
He is a capable scorer. I just think it's one of those, once the ball drops, it's going to take the lid off for him, and hopefully that opens that up because he shows it in practice. He hits shots in practice. He hits threes. He's one of our better three-point shooters. But the great thing about our team is we got so many guys that can shoot the three this year. Randall, Terrence, Lou Dunbar, Elijah Chrisman, they can all really shoot the basketball. We haven't even seen Will Robinson yet, who'll be with us next semester. And so what Mark's doing a better job of is kicking it up the floor to those guys and getting assists, and that's what it's turned into right now. But he is a very capable shooter and scorer, and he's one of the fastest guards on the team. I think him and John Ellis are 2 of the fastest guards in the league, and so, that speed is really helping us play up and down like we're trying to do. And that's what I was just telling the guys in the locker room is, what helped us in the second half is that first group got going. We sub in the second group, they keep going. Then we sub the first group back in, and they keep going. And that's why our team has been so good up to this point is I don't think there's much drop-off when we go into our guys off the bench.
Obviously, Randall Kamich is very impressive all around, but one thing that's been maybe the most surprising to me is how well he has rebounded the basketball, particularly in the last 3 games. Randall's an excellent rebounder, and he shows it today. He got a double-double, 19 and 10 today.
We opened the second half with the lineup adjustment, and I moved him to the forward spot. I was a little bit frustrated defensively with our post players. I thought Randall's forwards did a great job of driving ours and making other people help and getting shooters open. So I just said, hey, we're going to move Randall to the 4, which we've done several times this year. And that's allowing him to board a little bit more too. But he's a big, strong guard. He's 6'4", 200 pounds, and very good size for a wing player. And his versatility allows us to move him to 3 different positions. And I think he does a great job on the glass. And then he does a good job of pushing it up the floor once he gets it as well. Not only off the dribble, but kicking it up the floor. So he's been a good player for us, and he's been very exciting to watch for a lot of people, I think.
54-24, the advantage in points in the paint. Is that an area coming in that you thought maybe you'd have an advantage against this team?
We never really talk about that stuff with our team. What we talk about is the things we can do collectively to win the basketball game defensively, and that's what we focus on more than anything. I always tell them, hey, I recruit offense and I coach defense, and that's why if you watch us play offensively, we run a very simple offense where it puts our guys in position to do what they do best. And I think you're starting to see these guys understand that. Walter Rickett goes for 12 points and 6 of 9 shooting. All of his shots but one are at the basket, high-flying, energy, offensive rebounds, and that's what we recruit him to do, and that's what he's supposed to do for us. Sam Williams, he's an inside-out player, but we're asking him to play inside first right now. And so you see his scoring is kind of spread out like that, where it's mainly inside, and then he bangs outside and gets a three. And so, and Terrence is here to shoot, and Rydell's here to shoot, and they're starting to really figure out and define roles, and I think that's where you see scoring start going up as well, as when people start understanding what they're supposed to do.
Quick turnaround. You got that rescheduled game against Midwestern State tomorrow night on the road, and then after that, a little bit of a break. Tell me about your next week or so.
Well, we play Midwestern State tomorrow, an exhibition, very good basketball team, one of the best Division II teams in the country. Every single year they're very tough competition for us. I think it's a game that really gears us up for SAC competition because they're big, they're strong, they're physical, they're athletic. They got very talented players, so that's going to be a great test for us tomorrow on a quick turnaround like this. So we'll see what happens in an exhibition game like that. And then we finally get a week off where we can just clean up ourselves. What's been very frustrating for me as a coach is we keep having game after game after game, and that's always good because the kids love games, but it's been a little bit frustrating for me because I like fixing us first, and we just have not had a lot of time to fix us and clean some stuff up, and I think this next week's going to really allow us to clean up some stuff defensively, and then we'll get ready for another exhibition game on the 21st against Commerce, and then we'll play Randall again, so shortly after that. So we got 2 exhibitions in between that next countable game, and I think that gives us about 2.5 weeks to really clean up ourselves, and hopefully we can take a step this month as a basketball team.
One more thing, you had 2 guys that sat out the last game against Ecclesia, John Ellis and also Ivan Sajcic. Those guys back on the floor tonight, obviously, are they back at 100% or still working their way back?
Ivan's about 90-95%. He's pretty close. And John Ellis, I would put him about at 80% right now. He's been dealing with the back issue, but slowly but surely we've been working on it. He's been getting better. He's been getting rest, and we've been doing some different things to get him back. But we're getting closer and closer every day to operating back at 100%. So, once we get there, that's going to be really exciting for us, for sure.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. 102-89, the final score. OCU defeats Randall today. Finally going to get some women's basketball on the air on Friday and Saturday here at Abe Lemons Arena. First time that we'll have coverage of those here on OCUsports.com. Men's team, a couple of exhibitions coming up on the road. Follow all that on OCUsports.com. We'll talk to you next time on the OCU Sports Network.